Hi, I'm Tamara and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about what makes you mad and why you get mad. Do you get mad? Yeah, right. Everybody gets mad. Everybody has a different temperament, so some people are a little bit more easygoing or slower to get mad, and then other people, this is a real challenge for them. They have a quicker temper than others. So either way, think of it in terms of long-term anger and short-term anger. So short-term anger would be more like somebody just ticked you off for some reason today. And then long-term anger is, okay, I've been mad at these people for a long, long time, and what do I do about it? So we're going to explore this today. So anger is a powerful emotion. I think of it kind of like a volcano erupting or fire. When something catches on fire, it spreads very quickly and it gets out of control really fast. So that's the reason why we have to learn how to manage our anger and control it, because it can be really, really powerful. So let's talk about some reasons why people get angry. There are some simple reasons why people get angry. It's because you feel frustrated, overwhelmed, misunderstood, disrespected. Those are all very normal reasons for feeling angry. You might be a quick thinker, so when you're working with other people, you catch on fast. Whereas maybe some of the people that you're working with it might take them a little bit more time to get things or to understand what it is that you're talking about or what you're teaching them. So another reason why people get angry is because maybe you always want your way. Do you always want your way? I always want my way. If I could always get my way, I would be so happy, 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 right? Okay, we all would. Let's just be honest. But that's not realistic. We can't always have our own way, and sometimes we have to compromise and negotiate. So keep those two things in mind. So your way of thinking is not always the only way or the best way. So be willing to compromise and negotiate. Then there's road rage. I'm sure we've all experienced that. Either you've been the recipient of it or you've been the person that's, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But road rage can be very dangerous. It's one of those situations that, hey, you know what, it's not worth your life. So keep in mind that we all make mistakes on the road. We've all cut people off. So sometimes give somebody a break. Now, think about anger and how it impacts you, how it impacts your life. It can impact your health. Studies have shown that long-term anger, or if you're angry all the time, it definitely has an impact on your health. It can cause high blood pressure and it can cause other physical related health conditions for you in the long term. So it's worth taking a look at. It's worth trying to get it under control. So let's take a closer look at anger. Let's talk about what anger is really all about. Number one, it's an internal issue, not an external issue. So if you always blame other people for your anger, they're always making me mad, they do things to trigger me, that will never solve the problem. You have to look internally and deal with it that way. The second thing is that we always want to protect our self-image and the ego. We are always in protection mode over the self. And then the third thing I want you to think of is your own beliefs may differ from other people. Your shoulds and should nots are not the same as my shoulds and should nots. What bothers you may not bother me. So people are not necessarily trying to make you angry. It's just that what they think is true may not be true for you. So always keep that in mind. And then the fourth thing that kind of goes along the same lines is, what is your value system? Something that violates your standards or how your reality should be is different from other people. So keep in mind, there are cultural differences that are real. You may not understand them, but they're real. They impact us. Where you live in different regions of the United States or the world impacts how you think. So the first thing you want to do is ask yourself, what is the root cause? I want you to become more self-aware. As a counselor, that's where I always go. I want to go a little bit deeper. Where is all of your anger coming from? The first place you can go to is your childhood. What happened then? Did your parents go through a divorce? Did you have an angry household? Was that modeled for you? Were you taught to be angry? Were you bullied in school and you felt picked on all the time? So now nobody's going to offend me and I'm going to come at everybody in a confrontational way. Where is it coming from? A lot of people are going through their lives and they're angry and they never take a moment to just stop and think and become more self-aware of where is this coming from. If you do that, a lot of your anger will fade and you'll become better at handling it. Second strategy for handling anger is remember that you cannot control how you feel, but you can control how you act. And what I mean by that is we as humans are programmed to feel a variety of emotions: shyness, embarrassment, anger, excitement. We get bored, we get frustrated. Those are all natural feelings. We're supposed to feel these different ways. If somebody breaks into your house, how are you going to feel? You're going to be mad. I mean, I think it would be really strange if you were happy, like, yay, somebody took all my stuff. Woo, woo. I mean, that's a little weird. So it's okay. You can't help how you feel, but you can help how you act. And that's what you have to train yourself. It requires some retraining. It requires practice. You're going to have some mess ups. You're going to do good at it sometimes, and you're going to mess up and make some mistakes sometimes. But practice how you act. Get it under control. And then the third thing is give yourself time to calm down. You know that saying, think before you act? That's what I'm talking about here. You know that anger is very powerful. So as soon as you feel it, you're going to want to go off. You're going to start feeling it physically a lot of times. You know, sometimes we get hot. You could just feel it rising. But I want you to give yourself permission to step back and calm down. Anger is a thing that has caused people to get in trouble with the law. Anger is so powerful, it has divided families and it has broken up a lot of good friendships and relationships. So it's worth getting under control. It's worth stopping and thinking and giving yourself room to calm down and manage it. Okay, so a fourth idea is you want to focus on the issue that just happened and not globalize it. A lot of times when we get mad at someone, we think, you always do that. Avoid the always and nevers, because now you're going to get into a huge argument when you can just address what just happened. You know what you did just upset me, or I'm starting to feel a little angry because were you trying to offend me? I mean, talk about what just happened. And then a fifth idea is to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Humanize them. A lot of times when we get mad at people, we turn them into this monster or this creature. It's not that. Think about road rage, for example, that we just talked about earlier. What if that person has an emergency and they cut you off because they're trying to get somewhere? What if that person just got some really bad news? What if that person what if someone has just worked a 12, 13, 14-hour shift and they're exhausted? Humanize a person. Have some compassion. People, most of the times, nobody really wants to make you mad. We are human and we go through different things. So put yourself in that person's shoes. And then choose your battles. If you pick every battle, you're going to be mad all the time. You are. If you pay attention to everything that makes you angry, then you're going to have a problem all day long. Something you can do to help yourself deal with some of those issues is every time somebody makes you mad or something rubs you the wrong way, pay yourself $1 every time you don't react in a negative or harsh way. Collect that money over 3 months, and then when you at the end of the 3 months, do something nice for yourself. If you ever notice those shows like Atlanta Housewives or The Real Housewives of New York, you notice how those people fight all the time? It's because the producers make them choose every battle. Most adults know that you have to let some stuff go. Otherwise, you're going to act like that. And it gets very out of control. They're fighting, they're screaming, flipping tables. So pick your battles. Now, sometimes you do have to pick a battle and you do have to address certain issues. I'm not saying to never do that, but I am saying you can't pick every battle. People forget, people let things go for you, let some things go for other people. And then if you find yourself angry all the time, find an activity like kickboxing, swimming, Zumba, take a walk around your neighborhood, get that energy out. And remember, it sounds cliche, but the only person that you can control is you. You can't control somebody else's reactions. You can't make them act a certain way, but you can control how you react to that person. If it's somebody that's always pushing your buttons and triggering you, then that might be somebody that you need to step away from or give a little bit of space to. Or, you know this person always says something that ticks you off. Well, you don't always have to react to it. So you can control you. You can't control that other person. And then forgive. You know, the Bible talks about forgiveness. It tells us to forgive. Why does it tell us to forgive? Who's going to forgive naturally? That's not something that is easy to do. Most of us want to be mad and irritated at somebody all the time. You know, we're told to do that because it's an action step that frees us, it relieves us, it takes the stress off of ourselves. So the next time you find yourself mad at a person, really try to forgive that person. It kind of go back to putting yourself in that person's shoes. And then finally, if you've been working on yourself and you've been trying really hard to get your anger under control, then give yourself a break. Be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. It is hard work. It's not easy to do. I'm sure people notice that you're really, really trying. So give yourself a break. Be nice to yourself. So anyway, I hope this video helped you. I hope you had a little fun. So if you think this video will help somebody, please share it with someone and hit the subscribe button at the bottom. And what I'm going to try to do is put out a video every Monday. We'll see how that goes. So check back every week, and I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy your day. Bye.